Hey, listen, you have to find your motivation, whatever that is. I know you hear a lot about that it's discipline over motivation, which is true. It is very true that discipline goes over motivation each and every time. But you have to find that person or that thing to keep you disciplined, to keep doing it no matter how you feel. You have to find that thing that motivates you to keep going when you don't even want to keep going, when you feel like quitting, when you feel like stopping. You have to find that thing. Whatever it is, whether it's family, your wife, your husband, whatever that thing is, do it. Or looking at the bigger picture of where you see yourself in 6 months. Because I know if I stay consistent every single day of this next 6 months and I play my cards right, I will be in a way better position than I am today, and that's just facts. And that's what happens when you stay locked in for so long that you don't recognize yourself. But you have to stay motivated. You do, and you have to stay disciplined because that's what's going to keep you in check, and that's what's going to keep you successful, is if you stay disciplined over motivation. You have to find your motivator, and you have to stay disciplined enough to do it for your motivator, whatever the reason is. But discipline is so important because that is what's going to keep you accountable when you don't feel like it. When the days that you don't feel like going to the gym, the days that you don't feel like putting in the work, the days you don't feel like filming a video, the days you don't feel like editing a video, posting it out. The discipline is what's going to keep you there. That's what's going to keep you accountable because you know you have to do it, and you're going to do it no matter what, no matter how you feel, because you know that there's no other option and no one else is going to do it for you. Just like how you go to work or you go to school, you go anyway, no matter how you feel, and you put the work in at school and at work, no matter how you feel. Treat that the same exact way. That is discipline. That's acting. When you guys don't feel like going to school or going to work, but you go anyway, that's discipline. That's literally discipline. You guys already have discipline. You just have to move that discipline to building your future and building your goals and hitting your goals. That discipline should go to you, and that discipline you should keep that discipline for yourself. Have that enough self-respect and that courage to say, I'm going to be disciplined for myself this time and not somebody else, because that's what you're doing when you're going to school. Or when you're actually at work, you're going to be working for somebody else, but you have to find a job, find that thing where you're being disciplined for yourself, to prove to yourself that you can actually do it every single day and show up for yourself, because that's the importance of it, really. And that's the main goal, is to be disciplined enough to actually hit our goals, and that's what it takes. All the sleepless nights. They're doing the same thing each and every day, but we know that it'll keep growing. Look at all the stories of all the people who are successful. Their stories are pretty much the same. They're all talking about how they did it every single day, no breaks, every day, all day, every day, no matter how they felt. You can't tell me that they didn't have one day that they didn't feel like doing it, but they did it anyway. And those one days turn out to be your best day when you don't feel like doing it. Literally. Those days that you don't feel like doing it, that can be your best day yet, but you don't know if you don't try it. You have to keep going, and you have to keep putting in those days. Because if you don't, you're going to be putting your days to waste. Time will go by, and you're going to keep starting but not starting, when you can just start and keep going and see where it takes you. Literally. The worst that can happen is you get a little bit better for yourself. The worst that can happen is you have a healthier lifestyle, or you build these habits for you. Literally. But the worst part of all is not trying. That's the worst part. Do you really want to tell either your future kids that you didn't try, that you had this goal and you had this dream of yours, and you didn't try? What type of example is that for them? They're coming to you that they have this goal and they have this dream, but they're asking you about a dream of yours that you didn't go for. You have to set an example for your future kids. You have to be disciplined enough to actually go for it no matter what. because there's people looking up to you without you knowing. There's people who want you to win. But most importantly, you, that future version of you is getting farther and farther away. The more and more days you skip, the more and more gym days you skip, the more and more time you do goofing around doing nothing. That future self, that future version of you is fading away. You have to do it. But yeah, man, you guys, discipline over motivation, and motivation, you guys have to find it. You guys have to find your reason to be successful. You guys have to find your reason, your why, because it's fun. It's all fun and games, the thought about being successful, but being successful by ourselves and no one to share it, that's not fun to me. You have to find your reason why, so that when you're at the top, you know why you did it, and you're able to give back, and you're able to enjoy it. Look at all the stories of people all these millionaires who are sad, who are depressed, who don't enjoy their life, and that's because they didn't find out their happiness before getting all the success. That's why it's so important to read, and that's why it's so important to read, build, and just find your reason why, because that reason why is going to keep you going. And when you're actually at the top, that's what's going to keep you motivated. But yeah, guys, that's what's going to keep you motivated when you're at the top, is that thing that keeps you going every single day, because we all have our reasons why we want to get successful, or why we want to hit our goals. We all have that reason why. We just have to be reminded of it each and every day on why we're doing it and why we're putting in the work every day. And that's where discipline comes in, because you know you have to do it for this set reason, and if you don't do it, you're not going to be able to hit the goal. If you guys don't do it today, then it's not going to happen tomorrow, and that's just facts. You have to start today for tomorrow, and that's where discipline comes in. Even if you don't feel like it, you know you have to do it, because you know that if you do it today, that you're going to be set up for a better future. And that's why discipline is so important, so that the days you don't feel like it, you're still being productive because of that discipline. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.